Peace, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So, I wanted to do a very quick video, and this is a video that I've never done before. Is us talking about relationship and the fact that we've been together for 13 years. When did we meet? In our 20s?
Yeah, I was 23.
So, 13 years together, and we've been married for about 6 years. So I just want to do a quick video to encourage people. I mean, I don't want to say it's not cool to be single, but it's like the music and just the generation is glorifying like this independence of not needing the opposite sex or just a spouse in general. You know what I mean? It's like it's not cool to have a relationship and to have love. And I think that's very toxic for the next generation that's coming up. So I was just inspired because I put a picture up last night, and someone commented and said, "Oh, black love in Yucatan," and so I just wanted to do a quick video, and you can talk a little bit about like nothing long, just
I know.
13 years. I mean, it hasn't been the easiest, but anything that you want, you have to put a lot of time and effort into it, and a lot of people don't believe 13 years because we still look young, like we're not, you know what I mean? So a lot of people like, wow, 13 years, and we get that from everybody. So but yeah.
Yeah, man. I try to tell people, man, it ain't.
Oh, bless you.
You can't be this. You can't be together for so long without having loyalty. You know what I mean? A lot of people lack loyalty, so they're going to deprive themselves of love. Once you're loyal to something, you start building love for it. Love ain't for everybody, even though everybody wants it. I say it's a blessing because it teaches you how to be more yourself. Once you love somebody else, it teaches you how to start loving yourself because you see the impact it does to somebody else. When you love somebody and you see the outcome of what your love does, it makes you want to give love to yourself to see the outcome of that. We don't give love to ourselves because we don't feel as though we love ourselves. Until you find somebody that loves you, then it start giving you reasons to love yourself. Because a lot of people don't love themselves because of either family reasons or whatever. So they like, man, I don't care. Who gonna love me? Nobody love me. I don't give a fuck with nobody. But then when you find somebody that love you, you start second guessing. You're like, you know what? Somebody do love me. You know what I mean? And then it make you second guessing how you love yourself and how you give love back to other people. So I wasn't loving in the beginning, but I had a lot of love in me. I just didn't have nobody to give it to. Once you find somebody that, I try to talk to a lot of brothers about this, our environment makes us somebody we're not. And then when you find love, then you start being your true self. So love makes you yourself, man. You know what I mean? So now that I'm in love, now I've been in love for a long time, I can be myself without no, it's still gonna be judgment regardless. You have to judge everything. People say you can't judge, you have to, because judgment, it stops you from putting yourself in situations. If you see somebody stealing, you gotta judge them so you don't bring them in your house, because you know that person steals. You gotta judge them. I can't let my relationship steal, but you gotta judge, but it's a balance. You know what I mean? So my wife still judged me, but I can take that judge way better than somebody that doesn't know me. You know what I mean? Because I know she knows me, so
it's
the
like
judge.
Maybe a healthy judgment.
Yeah, but even if it's just their opinion, you know what I mean? Love makes you understanding. If you don't love nobody, you understand why they're doing it. Why they talking that way? Why they doing it? Because you don't love them. Once you love them, you understand why they're talking this way, why they're doing it. Because you know their routine, you know the habits, you know the pain, you know the flaws, you know everything. You know what I mean? Because so love is understanding. And a lot of people don't understand because they don't love. If you love to fly drones, you're going to understand that shit. You're going to work on it every day until you get it. If you love to ride a bike or you love Jordans, you're going to be online all day trying to find a new exclusive. You don't do that with your wife, though, or your spouse. So that's what I like about love, because I love learning. And learning is love. So every day I'm learning my spouse. I'm learning her smiles, her downs, my talks, my this, so I can be a better husband. I don't want to be the same husband 5 years ago, because that shows you I didn't change.
Yeah, and that's what I spoke about earlier when I just did a live. I mean, I just did an upload and I said, you know, we're supposed to continue to evolve.
Yeah.
So, you know, being here for me, you know, and I keep saying this because it's not just cheap rent. If you here for cheap rent, like it's not worth coming out here. It's more of my spiritual and me healing and just evolving. And when you evolve, it's not just for you, it's for your relationship
Yeah.
also. But we're very selfish. I understand why relationships don't work. I understand why people aren't trying to be in a relationship. And if you are promoting just this single life and just a single independent man or woman, that's cool. But you're shutting down the whole purpose of being here because everything on this planet has a mate. So it's cool to be independent. It's cool to be single because sometimes you need that time to heal by yourself. But just to promote it and act like the rest of you, like, to me, that's sad. It's depressing, and it's very I don't know, it's just discrediting like just part of your purpose of being here and sharing that experience with someone, because that's the best thing, is sharing an experience. That's why you'll see people with so much money and they're lonely,
Yeah.
because they want love, they want children, they want this family. So, you know, not downing anyone that's promoting like this single shit, but at the same time, that's toxic, because we should be showing more of unity and coming together. um, and it's bad because sometimes if we are going through a situation, sometimes that negative will get more attention than me saying, hey, we're happy or we're doing good. So I understand that negativity is going to sometimes like weigh out the positivity, but that's just what it is. That's why we need to love more and judge less, and you know, just heighten the vibration of the frequency here. But I'm not going to make a long video on that. Maybe we'll continue to have like videos. Maybe we'll start doing that on both our channels. You guys can go check his channel out, Knowledge is Key. And maybe we'll just start, it's going to be Black Love in Mexico, or International Love, or something. And I'm going to label these videos. Oh, that's pretty, the boat right there. And maybe we can do it on both our channels,
Yeah.
or whatever, and just giving more insight from a perspective from his and mine of just relationships and the ups and downs. Because I mean, we can come back on here and talk about like a lot of, not too personal, but just the ups and downs that come with a relationship. Because what happens, you have to share space with someone. Like you have a whole nother person that has a whole nother opinion and outlook of how things should be, and then you're trying to bring your opinion, so sometimes that can clash. You have to learn how to balance it and learn how to deal with masculine and feminine energy, because we have both. But if we don't learn how to balance it, sometimes the woman ends up playing the wrong role, and then the man plays the wrong role, and now that's an imbalance. And you see a lot of that back home, like the men is at home doing nothing, you know what I mean? And it's just like the women is taking that role of that masculine role, and I don't think that's healthy. So it's just things that we need to work on individually, and just bringing that to like, you be hearing all type of noises out here. So you think we start doing that more, like having little one-on-ones?
Yeah, you know, I don't mind. Bring my little blunt to the table.
Yeah, because right now we're in Progresso, and we'll be going home. I'm ready to go home.
I'm ready to go home because you understand, like, this is
it.
beautiful, man.
Oh, I love the water.
But I miss my my closed in. Like when I'm at home, I'm closed in. I'm in a box. And
it's peaceful box. It's not like US box, like plantation box.
Nah, so when I'm in my box, I get my mind ready, like thoughts and different, because you know what I mean? Out here is beautiful, but this is more vacation. I live here. I don't have to vacate. I don't have to do that. I come here. I'm coming back here this afternoon to do some drone footage. So I can come anytime I want. I can say, you know what? You know what I mean? Yo, babe, we go there, or get some fellas come here, because it's not. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you what I noticed. I can't speak on a lot about females because I'm not one. I never been in the body of one. I never been through the circumstances. I never been through the heartbreak. I haven't been through the emotions or the feelings of a female. So to sit here and tell you what a female, I can't do that. But I can sit here and speak on men. So what I can tell you is that a lot of us live a man based on what we think and not what we know. You're not living generations of how your father lived. Like your dad and his dad and his dad and his dad lived this way. You're not living like that. You're living based on what you think. Yo, I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm doing the right thing. I think this is a man. You don't know because you didn't have an example. So you think you're doing the right thing, and that's what a lot of us is falling short because we have no examples. We just think we're doing. I see a lot of 30-year-old kids, man, 40-year-old kids,
Shit,
50.
50, it go up. Ain't no
So it
age
doesn't
on
matter what age. My mom told me it ain't about age, about maturity. It's about your morals, about you. Look, I know 18-year-olds right now that got more than a 30-year-old. So it ain't about. It's about you as a person. So we need better role models as men. We need better places to go where we can vent our feelings. We need balance. We need women to start being women and men start being men. That's it. Then you will see the balance. If we had mad trees with no grass, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. You have mad trees, no grass. That banana plant that we got, it needs a lot of stuff around it because it needs to eat. You need stuff around you because you need to eat. Physically and mentally. But when you have nothing, you make up your own. And you think it's right because there's nobody to tell you you're wrong. But when we have people to tell you, that's why I say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community to build unity. And unity builds a community. USA. But what's the first two letters in USA? Us. Us.
Selfish back home. Like nobody want to share.
Nah,
we
man.
talked about that yesterday. How people back home have resources. And I'm not saying everybody, but I'm just rounding from my experience. Like people aren't willing to jump and like work with you the same way because it's very selfish. Like we've been taught, I don't know, it's just some type of weirdness. But here, it's like if I do music and you do music,
we gotta work together.
Let's work together. You know what I mean? Because we all left that plantation for a reason, regardless what that reason is. So now that we're here, it's like let's work together. Let's share ideals. Like people don't mind, so you can really build your business or your tribe or whatever you're trying to do. You know what I mean? And that's why I said for people that just talk about the rent, yeah, the rent is cool, but it's much more than that. And if you just came for rent, you're gonna miss a whole opportunity because rent is still a bill. You still have to make money to pay that cheap rent. You know what I mean? And rent ain't cheap when you're not making money. So don't focus on the cheap rent. Focus on building with people, sharing your gifts, and being open and realize that everybody doesn't have that same selfish mindset, you know, like back home. But we definitely gotta do more videos though, because I think our conversations, because sometimes we start tapping on different stuff and we put it on both channels. And I think my husband's gonna start another channel where it's just going to be like
this conversations, drone footages. It's just a travel experience, from your experience to creativity, like addiction, because that's a big thing, and that's a big thing people talk right now. Marijuana is a big addiction. That it wasn't the same in '92. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't the same in '97, even 2000s. Nobody was smoking weed like that, but now it's an addiction. Some people can't go without eating. Weed was supposed to make you eat. Now it stops you from
especially
eating.
the weed back home.
You see what I'm saying? So those topics I'm not gonna get to right now, but if you leave comments at the bottom, if you want to hear about the discussions, we'll talk about that, man. We talk about addiction, mental health, anxiety, sexual abuse. We're talking about PTSD. We're talking about lost souls, heartbreaking, and racism, and different things that everybody has problem with, but nowhere to go to get answers. And then what happens when you don't got nowhere to get answers? You make them up yourself. And then when you go to some people that has the answer, you look stupid. Because the answers that you came up with is not facts. They're opinions, they're feelings. You know what I mean? Should you let your son be a girl? To you, that's an opinion. Oh yeah, I mean, it's my son. But if we went around a village, that wouldn't be okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it takes a village to raise a child, but you can't, because you want your opinions to matter so much. But your opinions doesn't hold weight to the village.
Yeah, you can't do that coming here because they have
rules, man.
They still have culture, and that's anywhere you go outside the country. Like they still have culture, and they have morals, and that's something that back home, you know, we lost. So not downing back home because that's my home.
That's my hometown.
You know what I mean? That's my home, but I'm not gonna lie about the difference. And it's not just here in Mexico. It's anywhere you go outside the country. I remember one time I was working in Ohio and I was training this guy, this older guy. I forgot where he was from. But he didn't like it here, and he didn't like it because he didn't have the peace. He didn't have, you know, the tropical environment, the fruits and everything. So, you know, it just takes you away from and just the food sources. Like I just got Yaya just gave me information to a herbal shop. Like they had everything there, like everything, any type of herb you could think of, and everything is natural.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm not gonna keep, because the only reason I keep looking at the time because I have a lot of videos that I already have up there, and I don't want the phone to just cut off while we're doing it. But I'm going to keep you guys posted on the new channel. I'm going to see what my husband wants to do with that. Make sure you guys follow him at Now Knowledge is Key. He's almost to 1,000 subscribers, so we need to get him up there so he can get monetized. Make sure you're checking out the videos. And if y'all like real conversation and just real information and not like on some bougie, like I'm good now because I'm in another country and I'm no. We're going to talk about real stuff and real information. I like how we went from the black love to the, but that's just how we are. We can't just stick on talking about, like, we got to talk about, but it's still going to be good information.
And don't be sensitive, please. And be open-minded.
Yeah, you got to be open-minded.
Please.
And I'm going to post this. Obviously, you're going to see this on my channel. I'm going to send it to you, so I'm going to put it on your channel.
I got the GoPro going too, so I got to keep both images.
But he got the drone. If anybody's interested in footage for drone, when you come here on vacation or if you come here to live and you need a special event caught with some pictures or video, he has that to offer.
DM me my Facebook.
I do the readings, I do the jewelry, the crystals, so I can make jewelry for you, or you can go get it yourself and I'll wrap it for you, make it nice and all that good stuff. So we got a lot of things going on. But I'm gonna let you go because I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. I'm
ready to go to the house because I'm ready. I'm ready to go home and get my juice that I get from my CC here.
Oh,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful. If I can show you the water and everything, I mean, it's beautiful.
It is.
But I already have my routine.
Aww.
When I wake up in the morning, I get up, I do my little smoking, I make breakfast, clean up, whatever like that, or I go to my fruit man, get the juice. I get right now, and I'm not hungry, but I give me a watermelon juice.
Yeah, some juice.
Give me start my day. You know what I mean? Get some watermelon juice, sweep the yard, see the lizards running around. That was like, oh shit, I'm in nature, but I'm in my home. You know what I mean? So I see the iguana just climb over me, just come underneath the fence. I'm in nature, but I'm in my home. Here, I'm in nature, but I'm not in my home. You know what I mean? So if I lived here, of course, I go right back home, get situated, get something, and come right back. But I don't have that. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm sweaty.
Yeah, we about to pack up and
I gotta change my drawers. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm real. I gotta change my drawers. You see what I'm saying? I gotta get fresh. I gotta get up. You see what I'm saying? I ain't have my blunt, but it was cool not having a blunt. When you wake up with a lot of energy and that water, man, you think about content. You know what I think about getting high. All I think about is content. That's all I'm thinking about all day is like content. That's all my mind think about because I got things to do here I couldn't do home. So at home, I had the cab takes too far. I had a car, but it takes you so far to get some footage because I have to go way out because where I lived, I didn't have that much. So we're here, man, you can drive 10 minutes away and get some footage. So man, I advise everybody to find what they love and put time into what they love because then you'll see some outcome from it. That's even with a person. Put time into yourself and put time into your spouse, put time into your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your sons, your daughters, whatever. I guarantee if you put time into it, you'll see a different. My daughters, all I know is giving them time. They don't know what it is without me being in their time because all they know. And that's a good thing. And it's a bad thing because it's not balanced, but we'll talk about that later. So
I'm gonna let y'all go because I don't want this video to just cut off.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
Shawam.
Shawammy.
Oh, the camera's up there.